I'd like to introduce Pauline Cass, who's Chair of Friends of Fogg Dam. Friends of Fogg Dam formed in October 2006 to protect and enhance the Fogg Dam Conservation Reserve environment, and her title is Ecosystem Management of a Man-Made Natural Wonder.
They always have the microphones too high for us shorties. Hi, I'm Pauline Cass. I'm an environmental scientist. I specialised in environmental management, and that's how I came to be chair of Friends of Fogg Dam. I did an assignment on Fogg Dam for uni many years ago, ended up on the committee and am now the chair. And Fogg Dam is a very, very special place for me. All through my childhood, I was brought up in a family of herpetologists where, you know, Fogg Dam was the mecca to go and look at reptiles. And, you know, it's always been my favourite place to take my kids when they were little and take tourists and visitors. And it's a place I'm very, very proud of and love very dearly. So let's start. I've started with the good news first. So Fogg Dam Conservation Reserve, we're about an hour out of Darwin along the Arnhem Highway. That makes us very popular for tourists that are going to Kakadu to call in. We also have photographers and bird enthusiasts from all around the world come. We have several universities that do different wetland studies at Fogg Dam. You can see, sorry about the ums, I'm trying not to say them. You can see the blue outline in the bottom map. That's the outline of Fogg Dam, and it's very, very close to the Adelaide River. It's part of the Adelaide River floodplain. So in 1959, Fogg Dam was declared a bird protection district. In 1982, it became the conservation reserve that it is now. And in 2009, it was listed as a heritage site because of its history in the rice project, which I'll talk about later. So constructing Fogg Dam, I couldn't find any photos of the construction of Fogg Dam. So this is Harrison Dam, which is just across the road from Fogg Dam getting built for the rice trials. Fogg Dam was built on the land of the Woolner people. Back in those days, they didn't have land rights. There was no consultation or anything. You know, people just came along and dug a dam on their land. It's in the Adelaide River floodplain, and it was built for what was a very ambitious and sadly failed rice project. They wanted to grow rice in Northern Australia, and Fogg Dam and Harrison Dam were to provide the water to irrigate those rice crops. It was built by the RAAF, and they named the dam Fogg Dam after the managing director who engineered the project. So Fogg Dam sort of stayed as it was until the 1990s, when 3 lookouts were built, and they put 2 islands in the middle of the dam, which gave somewhere for the freshwater crocs to sit and the birds to roost and nest. And they also changed the dam wall, and they bitumised it to make it the main road driving across. It was the main road as a dirt road, but they bitumised it, and that's changed how we now manage Fogg Dam now, which I'll talk about later too. So there's Fogg Dam in 1958. As you can see, it was pretty much clear open water that was used for irrigating. There's some people swimming with a dugout canoe that they found. I wouldn't swim in Fogg Dam now if you paid me to. Obviously, they didn't have crocodiles like we do now. So Fogg Dam today, it's a man-made natural wonder, and it really is a natural wonder. And this is like one of my happy slides. This is just a tiny, tiny snapshot of the animals that we have at Fogg Dam. We've got over 200 different bird species at Fogg Dam, and some of them are just so beautiful and colourful. Some are rare, some are just little and brown, but they're still really cool to watch. So Fogg Dam was voted into Australia's top 10 birding locations by Australian Geographic and BirdLife Australia as well. And it's been continuously studied since 1985 by Rick Shine and Greg Brown, who are with Macquarie Uni. They've studied cane toads there, they've studied the water python relationship to the dusky rats, all sorts of studies have been there. CDU has come out, they want to rehabilitate some plots of land that were used for fire testing. It's just a gorgeous place. And here's some more beautiful photos of Fogg Dam. So we've got a variety of habitats at Fogg Dam. There's a bit of savanna as you drive in. There's open woodland, eucalypts, forests, got monsoon forests, the floodplains down the bottom, which are extensive and amazing when the brolgas are dancing. Water lilies and paperbark swamps, as well as the open water. And Fogg Dam, this is, I find it a fascinating sort of bit of trivia about Fogg Dam. Well, it's not trivial. We've got the world's greatest known concentration of predator biomass. The ratio of predator to prey biomass at Fogg Dam is greater than anywhere, even lions in Africa, which goes to show, you know, how many snakes we've got out there. And they're beautiful and fascinating, the snakes. Perfectly safe to walk around. If you want to come, I recommend it. So the Friends of Fogg Dam. Friends of Fogg Dam was formed in 2006. They were incorporated in 2007. The top photo with the two people up there, that's Jeremy and Heather. They are founding members. They're the big drive behind the Friends of Fogg Dam. They're proof that you only need a handful of people to achieve great things. And they definitely have achieved great things. Jeremy's here to help me answer historical questions. Put your hand up and wave. That's it, Jeremy. I just love them to bits. Friends of Fogg Dam would not be where it is today without them as the driving force. So our aim is to promote, protect and enhance the ecological, cultural and aesthetic values of the Fogg Dam Conservation Reserve, and to assist visitors to enjoy, understand and appreciate this unique place. We've won awards, as you can see in the photo there. We received a Land Care Award for our partnership with government, with the Parks and Wildlife Rangers at Fogg Dam. And we assist them with a lot of their work. We fly a drone over Fogg Dam and the floodplains to map where the weeds are and the open water, to see where fires are, look at fire scars and things. We help clear the pathways. So that photo in the middle at the bottom, a bush chook decided, or scrub fowl, decided to build its nest right in the middle of the path where it's a wheelchair access path. And of course, no one could get through. So we made the path go around the bush chook nest. It was easier than telling the chicken, well, it's not a chicken, the scrub fowl, but it wasn't allowed to be in that particular spot. We have annual night walks, usually for the Earth Hour night. This year, because it was very wet and the water level was really high, I was concerned that a crocodile could take somebody. So we've postponed our night walk until the water levels drop a bit. I don't want to be held responsible for crocodile attacks, which we've had 3 saltwater crocodiles, like decent sized ones, taken out of the dam this wet season. And, you know, they come in from the Adelaide River, which is where the jumping crocodile cruises are. They think, oh, Fogg Dam's full of magpie geese and fish and turtles and all those good things. Let's go visit. And we let the freshies stay, but the salties get encouraged to go back to where they came from. Other things that we do, we've had Clontarf, which is a school-based group for young people come out and volunteer. And we took them for a tour of the ranger station to meet the rangers and encourage the young boys in the Clontarf to become rangers themselves. Field days, we used to have field days. We haven't had one for many years because funding, trying to compete for a grant and argue the benefits of a field day over weed removal. Field days are very expensive, especially at Fogg Dam, where we have to have little mini buses drive people around so they're not walking on the dam wall and perhaps feeding the crocodiles with a limb. There's lots of costs involved in us doing field days. So it's always on our agenda. We're always trying to find ways to make it happen. But for the last few years, we just haven't been able to pull the funding together for that. And then the photo of the tree in the middle there, that's measuring up a tree that we nominated for a significant tree. It's a milkwood tree near the Pandanus Lookout. That's just, there's lots of gorgeous trees at Fogg Dam, but that one is one that you really see when you drive there. What else do we do? So we've bought the weed harvester. We were involved in purchasing that, which you'll see a bit further down too. We helped to buy lots of equipment to manage weeds and do things at Fogg Dam. We put out newsletters. We've got over 50 paid members. They get emailed newsletters and updates. We've got the Friends of Fogg Dam Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, check out the Friends of Fogg Dam Facebook page and you'll see some amazing photos. And if you go to Fogg Dam, put your photos up there and share them. And we do lots and lots and lots more. That's just touching the surface. Okay, we're going quick. Weeds, we never have enough funding for weeds. We got a $6,000 grant to manage weeds. So that money went into the helicopter and the herbicide to do aerial spraying. You can just see the helicopter there of olive hymen acne. We couldn't afford to spray all the olive hymen acne. So of course it's come back. You know, that's the battle, trying to do what you can with what you've got. And weeds are a problem everywhere. There's never enough resources or funding for weeds. The open water project. So a study was done and they discovered that Fogg Dam would cease to exist. It would fill up with silt and weed mat if it wasn't kept cleared and disturbed. So here's some photos of, along the bottom, there's the weed harvester that Friends of Fogg Dam helped to purchase that chops up the weeds. Then the airboat behind the weed harvester pushes them to the dam wall where they're flipped over by the tractor and they end up in the floodplain. And those floating weed mats actually have like trees growing in them. And some of those trees keep floating down the floodplain and take root and grow at the far side of the floodplain. So some of the trees at the far side of the floodplain started off floating in Fogg Dam. And the photo of 2021, that's pretty much how we like to see Fogg Dam. Bit of open water, bit of weed mat, couple of islands for the birds and the turtles to sun and the freshies to nest. So Fogg Dam was man-made. It's now a natural wonder and we aim to keep it that way. And we've got a heap of other issues that I was going to talk about. There's only 3 national park rangers that are in charge of looking after Fogg Dam, Harrison Dam, Lambles Lagoon, Duckbinge National Park, Mary River National Park. It's all done by 3 rangers with limited resources and limited funding. And that's why land care groups and friends of groups like us are so vital to helping to keep these gorgeous natural wonders looking as great as they do, because rangers can't do it alone. Okay, thank you very, very much.
We do have time for one question, so don't disappear too quickly. Thanks, Pauline. Do we have a second mic? Another mic in the room? Yeah. Maybe Madonna, does anybody have a question for Pauline? Yes. Great.
I've brought Jeremy with me to answer the hard questions like history before I was born.
I actually have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
One is specific. What time of the year is the wheat mulcher operating?
Sorry, what time of the year?
Yeah, is the wheat machine?
Oh, okay. So the weed harvester can only work when the water level is high enough to flow over the dam wall. That was a modification that was made to the dam wall in the 1990s, which stopped the ability of the dam to flush itself out, and that lets the silt and the weed mat build up. So there's still water flowing over the dam wall now. I'm not sure if the weed harvest is still working right this minute, but it was working up until a week or two ago.
Thanks. And the second question is, how do the Friends feel about the closure of the window of the wetlands?
So how do Friends of Fogg Dam feel about the closure of windows on the wetlands? I think it's a shame. Personally, for me, it's always been a place where, you know, you take the kids on the school holidays and you take friends that are up from down south to get up high and look right across all those floodplains. And I think it's a great loss to tourism and to education and teaching people about the wetlands. They have opened it up to tender. I'm a bit worried that'll make it a commercial enterprise rather than the educational enterprise that it was. Yes, that's my opinion. Don't think we've got an actual Friends of Fogg Dam official line on that.
Thanks very much.